A Marinette teen charged in the drowning death of another teen waives his preliminary hearing. He's ordered to stand trial. 16-year-old Peyton Carnot is charged with second-degree reckless homicide as party to a crime. According to the criminal complaint, Carnot and 21-year-old Tyler Birch threw 13-year-old Jacob Bowerman into the Menominee River in Marinette, knowing Jacob could not swim. Carnot claimed it was Birch's idea to throw Jacob in the water, but that he participated. Carnot is being held on a $100,000 bond. He's scheduled to appear in court again next month.